Hey everyone. I decided to use my webcam to record today because, well, I was doing some drawing and I thought, well, if my camera's already here, I might as well use it. More convenient than setting up the phone, anyways. Whoa, looks like the alien's a little off kilter. That's better. Alright, so what can I talk about today that would be considered interesting? I guess we could start from the bottom and work our way to the top. So I remember waking up at around 11:20, and when I got up, I greeted my sister, and I was feeling kind of bummed out because my gum is still healing, my teeth gum, from the tooth extraction that happened. And I can't really eat anything crunchy or normal for the next few days. I asked Google's Gemini um, as well as ChatGPT, and both stated that it would take until day 3 where I could start eating somewhat normal things, but even then, stuff like mashed potatoes. I couldn't start eating like fully normal stuff until the 7th, and even then avoid crunchy stuff until the 14th day after the extraction. And then after that, you should be in the clear. So I gotta be honest, it is kind of annoying because I really like crunchy food, but hey, I gotta do what I gotta do so I don't cause any damage to my gum as it's healing. Yeah, I also got to take antibiotics too, or antibodies. Sorry, antibodies, and anything else? Oh yeah, a mouthwash. So yeah, today officially marks the second day of the tooth uh, gum healing from the extraction. Man, I can't wait till the 7th day comes because I gotta be honest, I'm itching to eat some real food. Well, anyways, after eating the yogurt, I decided to go in my room and spend an hour and 30 minutes on Brain Jam Extra. I managed to complete an hour and 30 minutes. And in between segments of working on it, I would pause the timer and my progress to just go off and watch various different YouTube videos. And to be honest, like, I'm struggling to remember exactly what I spent my time on. So let me just quickly look into it just to see. Okay. View. Okay. So apparently I watched Gemini versus Grok recreating iconic SpongeBob scenes. Someone basically just took screenshots of episodes from shows and fed them through an AI to make them look more 3D, and then asked Gemini and Grok to recreate them. And the results were less than ideal. Um, so, yeah. I also watched. Huh. Inside Nintendo's game-changing console strategy, why specs don't matter. They've been doing that since the Wii era. Not exactly sure why I thought that was interesting. I guess it was bored. Yeah, I have this problem where I really like to just watch anything that pertains to my interests, but ultimately is things that I already know. So, I mean, I don't really know why I spend time watching them. It's weird. I eventually did chip away at Brain Jam Extra episode 2 today, so that's nice. I then made some oatmeal with peanut butter mixed in for protein because you need protein as your gum is healing. I ate that, And then I decided to go get ready for work. I said goodbye to my mom and sister. I told them that I love them, as well as our family friend too. And I drove off to work. And I have to be honest with you, today was honestly just the most meh day ever. Like, there really isn't much to say in terms of the work. Just pushed brooms all day long today, from produce to the break room to the storefront. That's about all there is to really say. However, there is one interesting wrinkle, and that's that I did see a longtime high school friend who I hadn't seen since 2019. So that was really cool. It was someone that I used to hang out with all the time. And yeah, we were just catching up. And yeah, they were telling me everything about where they were at. They have a girlfriend. And yeah, it was really interesting. Yeah, really cool. I like hearing updates on friends that I haven't seen in a while. It's pretty neat. Well, after that, they told me that they didn't want to keep me from their job, so or my job, so I said goodbye. I went off. I continued my sweeping duties until I punched out for lunch, where I drove home. I had a protein shake, Premier Protein, and then my sister made a smoothie for me, which I was very grateful for. Had berries. It had um, leafy greens, uh, pineapple, aloe vera, and honey, and it was really good. I really liked it a lot. I then drove back to work. Oh yeah, but I of course took my antibiotics when I arrived for lunch, and I took my antibiotics as soon as I woke up, and then I left for lunch. From lunch, and when I arrived at work, it was a busy night. Probably because it's Sunday. Um, yeah, just constant bagging for customers, punching in sweeps, taking out the trash, refilling the bags, wiping down check stands 3 and 4, and having some fun banter with one of my co-managers. That was pretty funny. I then punched out for uh, from work. I left. As for my break, I basically just spent it going to get my water canteen refilled and then just chilling out in my car until I had to go back to work. I didn't take my second break because it was just super busy and I needed to get a lot of things done. I was super grateful for one of my coworkers bringing in carts and signs though, and closing produce blinds and wiping some check stands. That was really cool. I then left. I drove off for home. When I got home, I took my vitamins. I brushed my teeth. And then I was watching a YouTube video, which was actually a movie called When the Wind Blows. It was basically a really depressing movie about this old couple. This film was made in 1988. It was 2D hand drawn and animated. It has a cool style where like the backgrounds are like actual sets that are filmed, but the characters are traditionally animated characters. And it's basically about this old couple that's basically ill prepared for a nuclear blast that takes their house down, and they slowly succumb to the radiation poisoning and sickness as the film plays out. The sad thing is, I did ask Google what would happen if they did do the necessary proper precautions to save their lives, and Google basically stated even if they took the proper necessary precautions to save their lives, they still would have died, because at the end of the day, this future that this film showcases is that all military have pretty much locked themselves away in bunkers, and the civilians are afterthoughts that are taken along with the nuclear explosion. So yeah, it's pretty depressing. So yeah, and then after that, I did some drawing while listening to Ross Coulthart. And then I decided to record this update video. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go to bed now. The time is 1:24 a.m. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye for now, and take care.